Okay, part 2 of the Creation and Shabbath book, and we'll see if Savta can do any better about showing you the pictures. Okay, so who remembers what God created on the first day? Does anybody know what God made on the first day? Chase, do you remember? Owen? Rosie? How about you, Rai Rai? Sammy and Davy, do you remember? Titus? Good job! God separated the light from the darkness on the first day. What did he do on the next day? Remember, he made the sky and he separated the water above like the clouds. He separated that from the water below like the mud puddles and the rivers and the creeks and the ocean. He separated all those by the sky. And what about on the third day? Who remembers what God made on the third day? Come on, you guys know. Nope, it wasn't ducks. Not on the third day. Not sharks. Not on the third day. You're right. He made trees and grass and flowers and dry land. Okay, but no ducks yet. Okay. What do grass and flowers and trees still need so that they can grow? Oh yeah! On the fourth day, God created the sun, the moon, and the stars. And we'll see if I can show you the picture of that. Can you see that Chase and Rose colored a picture of the sun and the moon and the stars? And Savta colored a picture of the sun and moon and stars? And there's those silly ducks again, but God didn't make the ducks yet, so we're not going to talk about them. Still no ducks, but God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And since the ducks won't let us pet them, there should be one more picture, there we go. Since the ducks won't let us pet them, we're going to go ahead and keep walking around the lake. What do you think God made on the fifth day? Did he make dogs like Laddie on the fifth day? Oops, that's my fingers. That's not Laddie. Where's Laddie? Laddie, where are you? There he is. Oh, there he is. Can you see Laddie, the little doggy? Yeah, that's Laddie. Did God make Laddie on the fifth day? No, not yet. On the fifth day, God created the sea creatures and the birds. And here's the pictures that we drew of the sea creatures and the birds. You see that okay? And there's Chase and Rose talking about what are our favorite sea creatures and birds. Well, that day, their favorite sea critters were dolphins and sharks and fish and sea stars and seahorses. What are your favorite sea creatures? Do you have a favorite bird? I know I've put up lots of YouTube videos about birdies. Do you have a favorite bird? Okay, well, what did God make on the next day? Well, we're not going to find out just yet because first, Chase found a tree stump to stand on. And so he wanted to stand on the tree stump. And he and Rosie played Jump the Stump. They like to play Jump the Stump. And then they sat on a bench and they told me that it was time to go home. They were tired and we were almost home. So we walked home that day. Well, the next day, we wanted to finish learning about God's creation and what it had to do with Shabbat. Chase and Rose didn't want to go for a walk, and being a Savta, I gave in. After reviewing the first 5 days, we learned that on the 6th day, God created animals and people. Rosie put a lot of work into using all the colors in my box. let's see. There's the picture of Rosie coloring with all the colors I had. And there's my picture of people. God created people and animals on the 6th day. And my poor lady doesn't have any hands. Do you think God forgot to put her hands on her? Or do you think I forgot? And there's Chasey coloring. He's doing a great job coloring, of course. He and Rosie are very good colorers. We wanted to finish learning about God's creation. We learned that God created animals and people on the 6th day. On the 7th day, okay, there's my pencils, and nobody's using them. What do you think God did on the 7th day? Well, I asked Chase, do you think God worked hard to create everything? And Chase said, no, he just had to talk. I was a little overwhelmed by his 4-year-old logic. He was very logical. He was only 4 then. Now he's 5, but that was a year ago. And I said, do you think maybe he had to think hard to come up with things like trees and people? He'd never seen any because they'd never existed before. And Chase thought about it and he said, no, nothing's too hard for God. Well, you know, I can't fault Chase's theology. So anyway, whether God had to work hard to create everything is possibly up to debate, or Chase may just be right. But for whatever reason, God decided to rest on the 7th day, and he established Shabbat to remind us that we should rest also. So here are our pictures for Shabbat. Okay, let me see if I can get them. Here, come here, pictures. Okay, here's Chasey with his picture. Look at that. He really went to town on that picture. He made it so nice. And there's Rosie working on hers. And then Rosie, when she had it all done, she used all the colors and she worked hard to make it very pretty. Good job, Rosie. Good job, Chase. Shabbat is for rest and worship and doing good. Jesus showed that helping someone overrides the command for rest. Last Sabbath, Daddy helped the Sarnas pack their moving van. This was a long time ago, wasn't it? He didn't get to rest so much, but he glorified God by helping our neighbors. We tried to make the page about God resting extra beautiful. Rosie spent a lot of time making hers colorful and just right. Chase's looks very nice, too. Okay, that's all this time. The rest of the book is on another video that you'll have to find and watch. But let's look at the cover first, because I didn't show you the cover last time. On the front, I have a picture of Rosie walking over a bridge. Rosie, do you remember where that was? Where we hiked that day, just you and me? That was at at Springbrook. That's kind of our favorite place to hike, isn't it? And then on the back cover, there's a picture of Creation and Shabbath, and a picture of Chasey sitting, and a picture of Chase walking across the bridge, and another picture of Chase walking across the bridge. Those are all at Springbrook too. And Owen and Rai and Tai, if you guys come visit us in Minnesota, I'll take you to Springbrook too, because I love that place. But the rest of you, Sammy and Davy and Owen and Rai and Tai, I want to make a book about you too, so we have to get together sometime and do that. Okay? I love you guys. Look for the next video. I love you. Bye-bye.